The New York Times just published a report that should make every American pay attention. The Pentagon is preparing for ground operations inside Iran. Not airstrikes, not naval blockades. Boots on the ground. American troops inside Iranian territory. And according to U.S. officials, it could happen as soon as next week. Right now, over 10,000 U.S. Marines, soldiers, and Special Operations Forces are positioned in the Persian Gulf. 3 amphibious assault groups, the 82nd Airborne Division, Delta Force operators, and all of them have one mission: prepare to invade Iran's most valuable asset, an island that controls 90% of Iran's oil exports, an island 15 miles off the Iranian coast, an island that, if seized, would collapse Iran's economy overnight. This is Kharg Island, and the United States is about to take it. The New York Times confirmed yesterday that U.S. and Israeli officials are intensifying preparations for potential attacks on Iran, with operations possibly starting as soon as next week. The Pentagon has deployed the USS Tripoli Amphibious Ready Group, carrying 3,500 Marines. The USS Boxer Group with another 3,000, a third unit en route. Add 3,000 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne already staged in the Middle East. You're looking at over 10,000 ground combat troops. That's not a deterrent force. That's an invasion force. And every military analyst says the same thing. These numbers match exactly what you'd need to seize Kharg Island. So what is Kharg Island? It's a coral island in the northern Persian Gulf, 15 miles off Iran's coast. Small, unimpressive looking. But this island is Iran's economic lifeline. 90% of Iran's crude oil exports flow through here. Oil comes from Iran's largest fields through underwater pipelines to the island. There, it's loaded onto tankers that sail to customers worldwide. The island has massive storage tanks, 3 major oil companies, loading facilities handling multiple supertankers simultaneously, billions in revenue every month. Without Kharg Island, Iran's oil exports collapse. Without oil exports, the government loses money to survive. Control Kharg, and you control Iran's economy, which is why Trump wants it. The military planning started weeks ago. March 13th, the U.S. Air Force conducted a massive raid on Kharg Island. Over 90 Iranian military targets hit: missile bunkers, mine facilities, anti-aircraft systems, radar stations. But here's what they didn't hit: oil infrastructure, pipelines, storage tanks, loading facilities, all untouched. Analysts said it looked like battlefield preparation, softening defenses, destroying anything threatening an amphibious landing. They were right. Those strikes degraded Iran's ability to defend from sea and air. Now Marines are ready to finish the job. Here's how the invasion works. Air superiority first. F-35 fighters and Apache helicopters sweep the island. Eliminate remaining Iranian forces. Suppress anti-aircraft fire. Then, amphibious assault begins. MV-22 Ospreys, carrying 32 Marines each, launch from ships offshore. Minutes to reach Kharg. CH-53 Sea Stallions with 55 troops follow. First hour. Over 1,000 Marines on ground. Secure oil facilities. Establish perimeter. 24 hours. Island under U.S. control. 82nd Airborne provides backup. Iran counterattacks from mainland. Paratroopers deploy along coast, cutting reinforcements. Textbook operation. Practiced for months. Second mission is more dangerous. U.S. officials considering deploying commandos to retrieve nuclear materials inside Iran. Deep inside territory. Sites like Natanz and Fordo storing highly enriched uranium. Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. Same units killing bin Laden. Stealth helicopters into Iran. Land near nuclear facilities. Fight inside. Secure uranium. Extract before Iranian response. Extraordinarily risky. Facilities heavily defended. Underground. Revolutionary guards surrounding them. Teams face drones, missiles, ground fire, ambushes. But if Iran weaponizes uranium, U.S. might accept the risk. Timing is critical. Trump threatening Iran for weeks, demanding Hormuz reopening. Nuclear program surrender. U.S. terms acceptance. Iran refused everything. Ceasefire barely holding. Pakistan negotiations nowhere. Trump's patience ran out. Yesterday, May 16th, reports emerged Trump administration told UAE to prepare seizing Kharg Island. UAE, not U.S. military. Trump wants regional allies doing heavy lifting. UAE won't or can't. U.S. does it themselves. Troop deployments prove decision made. What happens if invasion occurs? First, oil prices explode. Kharg offline means millions barrels daily lost. Brent crude already up 50% could double. U.S. gas prices hit $6–7 per gallon. Global economy, massive hit. Second, U.S. casualties. Iran won't surrender Kharg without fighting, 15 miles from mainland. Iranian rockets, artillery, drones, missiles can hit it. Decades asymmetric warfare experience. Know how bleeding superior forces. Marines face ambushes, explosives, constant attacks. Analysts compared to Gallipoli, World War I operation seizing strategic peninsula. 250,000 casualties. Different terrain distances, but same challenge. Assaulting defended position near enemy territory, limited support. Third, escalation. U.S. invades Iranian soil? Iran's response not limited to Kharg. Strike U.S. bases region-wide. Target American allies. Launch everything at Israel. War simmering 77 days becomes full-scale regional conflict. China watches closely. U.S. invades Iran seizing oil infrastructure? What stops U.S. doing same to China's energy if Taiwan war starts? Beijing already exploiting Iran war-building leverage. U.S. ground invasion hands propaganda ammunition. Reason accelerating military preparations. Why Trump doing this? Out of options. Blockade not working fast enough. Airstrikes haven't forced surrender. Negotiations deadlocked. Every day Hormuz closed costs global economy billions. Trump needs win. Show ending war his terms. Seizing Kharg does that. Tangible victory. U.S. controls Iran's economic survival. Forces Tehran choosing. Keep Strait closed, lose oil revenue forever, or reopen, get Kharg back. Economic warfare backed military force. Exactly move Trump thinks works. Problem exists. Troops on ground, own consequences. Iran counterattacks, kills Marines? Trump must respond. Mission takes longer, becomes occupation? U.S. stuck there. Iran retaliates, attacking Saudi Emirati oil infrastructure? War spreads. Casualties mount without surrender? Trump faces same problem every president sending Middle East troops faced. How exit without looking defeated? Invasion might start next week. Nobody knows how ends. Last time United States invaded Middle Eastern country, convinced quick, decisive. Spent 20 years leaving. Kharg isn't Iraq. Logic driving decision feels dangerously similar. 10,000 troops about finding if this time different.